Welcome back. It's a Tuesday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast show. This is Expresso on SABC3. Now, if you were tuned in just before the break, you'll remember that Graham was chatting to Mariska van Aswegen from Pharmacodynamics about depression, one of the mental conditions that affects 1 in 5 people in South Africa. And of course, the staggering statistic of the amount of people that use antidepressants. Now, we know that it's very easy to develop bad habits that keep us stuck in a rut and then end up having negative effects on our mental health. And that's why we've got Dr. Darren Green in the house here. We've opened up our lines. We want to know from you, which bad habits are you trying to kick? Are you trying to break, right? So give us a call on 083-9133-728. As always, Dr. Green, good to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
So what exactly would you say from a medical perspective constitutes a bad habit?
You get psychological definitions of a bad habit where it's a repetitive behavior, really, that comes about sometimes even unwillingly or unknowingly. And it's something that a pattern or routinized behavior or a habit as such, which arises normally because there's a need for something to arise. So psychologically we often need something like a crutch to help us through a difficult or stressful time. And that's what leads people then to start picking up the bad habit initially. And what happens in the brain then is they get this surge of a reward from the dopamine system in the brain, a certain feeling, for example, of eating junk food, that surge of comfort, that fat, etc., that gets you feeling really warm and fuzzy inside. And then you get used to that effect, and eventually you become blinded to the negative effects. So just as you get good habits, you get bad habits too. Some people are in the habit of putting on their running shoes in the morning when they get out of bed. They just get up, they get dressed for gym, and they put on, that's also a habit, but that's a good one.
It's a good one. And of course, this is the part of the show where we want to engage with you. So please do give us a call. That number once again, 083-9133-728. The question we want to ask you is, tell us, which bad habits are you trying to break? And perhaps Dr. Darren Green can offer some advice as to how to do that. Why do you think is it, Doctor, that we tend to develop bad habits easier than we do good habits?
Yes, I think a lot of it's got to do with the element of motivation. So you have motivation that is intrinsic and extrinsic. So when it comes to something like depression, for example, you find that your intrinsic motivation is really lacking. Your energy levels are low. That's due to a few factors. Mariska alluded earlier to the factors that play a role in functional shift. That's you eat, obviously, erratically, or you eat too little, you're sleeping improperly, etc. And that all leads then to a tired individual that physically just doesn't have the energy to get up off the couch and do something, to socialize. Your interest in pleasure-seeking behavior, for example, might also be diminished. You know, socializing with people that are happy actually then start annoying you because of the energy that they're dispersing. Because you can't generate that intrinsically. So a lot of us then look for crutches to try and help us while we're in that pit, that pit of darkness at that time. And that's the difficult thing with depression.
Well, we'll continue our chat with Dr. Darren Green shortly. And once again, the lines are open, 083-9133-728. Let us know, which bad habits are you trying to break? Now, we know that when it comes to especially the eating healthy part, a lot of us develop those bad habits. We want to snack on the unhealthy stuff, the chips, the fizzy drinks, the sweets and the chocolate. So today on Expresso, we're all about helping you to kick those bad habits. And our guest chef this morning has some wonderful ideas as to how you can do that.